welcome to the Helmut Artist Talk. I'm Michelle West Davis. I'm artist, curator, gallerist, and I have a little online platform called Art Leipzig that looks at art in Leipzig, but also all over. I look further afield too. So I'm really happy today to have this opportunity to talk to. Now my brain's gone. I've been practicing your name, Ayumi Adachi. Ayumi Adachi, who is originally from Japan, but in her mid-20s went to Hong Kong to live and still lives and works there. The main focus of Ayumi's work is talking about birth. It's the cycle of life. So it's birth, life, and death, and these things are continuing over and over again. And the thing that none of us can control is time. So this piece in particular, and a lot of the pieces that you're working with are about time. And because what you can't control is time, but what you can control is your imprint on the space. Like a lot of people, because they're trying to fight time, they want to build a big, huge monument so that it's there long after they're dead. But you want something very different. So maybe you can tell us about that, because it comes out in your materiality.
So originally I'm using to the paper, and then I never think about on the future of my artwork how it's going. I have a question mark about the paper, because this is not good for health in this world and this earth. So I want to change to the new life of the material. Then I will start to do the black string this is cotton. So I hope that this one is back to the soil. So it's the same of the human being, we are back to the soil. So my artwork back to the soil too. So the artist should take care about the artwork on the future. It's the end of the artwork. I don't want to say we are making to the rubbish. So it's at beginning of the end we need to take care of everything, and then so that is a duty of for the artist. So I will try to the paper to the string, and then
So do you see you work in paintings and installation, especially large scale. Do you see your role to have a conversation with the people around you now, rather than the people of the future?
I don't. I'm not very concentrated to say to the people to the future. And of course, the passing time and the right now and the future is always connected. So any timing is loose. We don't connect it. So I met you and here and a few months before. If I'm not met you, I don't have a time to hear. And then I have a friend, and I don't met him. He's not here. I don't have any event on here. So it's everything connection. So it's not only for the future. It's everything.
But this will disintegrate. And if you were not here to create the piece, do you see the piece being created, or do you see it just going back to nature?
I want to be. I want to finish after this artwork. I do by myself, back to the soil. That is my duty of the artwork.
Okay.
So no, I just throw it away to the rubbish box. It's no way.
Okay.
And then someone take care of my artwork. No way. It's just I take care of the end of the life of the artwork. So it's paper also. I take down of the next week, or the middle of the next week, I will take down this one, and then I will stretch the paper, and I take back by myself, then I use the next project, or I want to be something back to the soil. But this is, I think it's very hard to back to the soil.
Okay, what is this? It looks like cloth.
Uh,
They look like shirts.
Yeah, this is tracing paper
Okay.
with the black line, and so the paper is, I don't know, is it so chemical something, because I bought from China, so I'm not sure that what is this. So so have a question mark to coming here. So yeah, then I take care of this paper too. So end of this one is I'm not sure is it brown is better or something making new one, or anyway this material I cannot to the back to the soil, right? So I need to continue to think about it the next to the direction.
So how did you decide to use tracing paper in the first place? Why not newspaper?
Okay. I try to be on the black straight line is expressed about the time, and the very quick line to the I drawing on the paper, and then I just want to try, and then I'm making the idea, and then on the paper, this tracing paper on my studio. Then that paper is my friend is almost 10 years before is just give me the gift for me. And then, do you need the tracing paper? Yeah, why not? Please give me. And then I keep to my studio a long time. And then I suddenly I found this way an idea is coming, and then try. I have a paper. Just try the paper. And then, so I don't any research of the paper, just because it's just this paper on the front of me.
And what is how did you make a line?
Just a black marker on the straight line. Yeah, that is not the special. But the black line is also a question mark. That is ink of the what's the ink? I don't know. It's something chemical, right? So it's I should be take care of something. So I think this is black. So what's the color of the black?
Yeah, because this doesn't look black. It looks gray.
Okay.
To me.
Something gray. Yeah, but I using to the color number is black, but it's maybe takes time or under the sun or become color to change, and then pen is using the long time. It's a color is a more lighter.
Which also is about time, right?
Yeah.
Because if it's really black in the beginning, and then as you use it and the time passes, it's lighter.
Yeah. So I don't control anything, just unconsciously to what's happening on just keep going. Yeah.
And why did you? And you just stayed with the tracing paper because that's the first paper you use.
Yeah. So just keep going to the paper, and then after I will continue to buy from China.
Okay, so how many pieces of paper is that?
Here it's 2,500.
Oh my goodness.
So crazy is I purchased by internet from China. This is crazy paper. Of course I reuse and recycle, and so I don't waste anything. But I think not good for.
So this is 2,500. Is this is this everything you have, or do you have more?
I don't know.
You have more. How did you do that?
Because I coming to the project in Taiwan, and then it's Japan too. So almost 2,500 is almost 7,000 people see this one. Yeah. So I separated because I cannot transport it immediately. So each project to some amount of the paper. Yeah.
And so each space is very different?
Yeah. So this is very special. What's the space over here?
Exactly. That is a wall.
Yeah.
I know you
have a wall. Yeah. But some spaces are just the open space of the. So different venue is a different style, and so it's just I saw in the location is what waving, what floating is best for the space. So here I saw in the layout of the space, and the wall is there.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Then so so I very quickly to come up to the idea, and then I want to make it the paper wall here. Yeah. So someone don't know is here have a wall, and then wow, is how is it standing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how is it? How did you get the paper on the wall?
Actually, the inside have a cardboard.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I cover the cardboard. It's some thickness one. Then it's I painting the white, and then it's a paper. The tracing paper stick on the stapler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it has something to stick to, and then
Yeah.
what do you do with the cardboard after? Because you don't want to. Do you reuse that?
No, this is first time I'm using the cardboard and then stick the stapler. So the cardboard become by.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So is it always on the? Is it always a vertical installation?
Yeah, this is the first time of the because this is the stone of the concrete of the wall, right? So I cannot stick anything. Before I done on the wall in the museum, it does straight way to the stapler and the wall.
But you did a wall. Do you ever do the floor or the ceiling?
Floor always is open. It is the audience is walking, but it's I cover all the wall and then ceiling is a whole cup is all over the wallpaper.
And how do you know what size is it?
This is A2 size of the paper.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's I straight line to the very easy to control to the A2 size. Small size is very hard to manage of the install. So the A2 is very fit on my work.
So is it a little bit of math? Or, I mean, how do you decide? Because it looks like each one is, first of all, different thicknesses and different spaces between. Do they have any relevance to, like, do you make one per day or, because it's about time, so how does it have to do with what happened that day or?
I try to be unconsciously to pick up the pen on the side, and then is the gap of the between the line and line. Just try of the whatever what I want.
Okay, so you let it flow.
Yes, but as a human being, I'm concentrated just drawing, but I try to big and small, it's starting to the layout.
Because it's very aesthetic. Like the distance between is really.
Yeah, so I step on the wall is I really unconsciously. It's just the next paper is coming and just step on the paper. So I don't I don't have any layout of the darkness, lightness is wider and narrow, and I didn't control it. Yeah. So
and when you're drawing it and when you're installing it, do you go into a meditative state, like a state of timelessness?
Actually, it seems like the meditation, but as I try to. That is a little bit tricky. Is unconscious is I consciously,
Okay.
Do you understand? Is I try to unconscious, but it's unconscious. I consciously unconscious. So it's between unconscious and conscious. So something tricky. So I think human beings very hard to just unconscious.
What is this in your artist statement? I don't know how to pronounce it, so forgive me, but it's there was this word for in Buddhism for how you actually measure time.
Setsuna. It's a very short time. It's 0.013 second. It's we can
0. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. Yeah. So more than short time of the snap the finger.
Right.
More short. Then is actually one Setsuna is equal 0.0013 seconds, and then it's happening to the some is coming, some is dead. The small circulation is always happening. It's the Black Buddhist say.
Okay, within that time.
Yeah,
that's a whole life cycle of.
Yeah. Small, tiny time period happening is many things. Yeah, but we cannot feel it. But it's it's a more big circulation. Is we are birth and then something happens and it's dead, right? That circulation is very easy. But there's we are more tiny time is happening the same situation and then big circulation here too. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, mind blown. But when you start thinking about time and you stop thinking about, okay, what time do I have to be somewhere? And am I late? Then it is like that, isn't it? It's like it's just happening consistently and revolving. That's why that's really. It's also both. It's so layered. It's like the stripes, but when you put it together in these scrunches. Yeah, it also feels circular somehow.
Yeah, I try this one is tiny, and I very break the paper. It's a very small portion. And the outside I have an installation that is more floating, and then is a more stretch one. So because after break the paper is curve is more curvy. Because I draw the straight line. Is a curved line, right? And then is that time is connected. Each line is connected to each other. So it's all the time is connection with the time. I cannot lose any time.
So I know that you recently went to Armenia.
Yeah.
And that part of your, like you say, you're really concerned about what you leave on the earth and what your, for lack of a better word, your ecological footprint is. And so you're a little bit disturbed, even though you're using this paper over and over and over again. It's still something that you want to change and evolve into something else. And this is how this is what led you to the thread, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is just simple as a cotton string, and then I can buy it in Germany, I can buy it anywhere, I think. But once I went to the Armenia there, and then maybe I relax and then I get into the time figure. I can feel all the sunlight, sundown, and the moon. So it's a very feel of the universe. Then this is very natural, and then the black line, and the black line, and then black is coming on the change to the more natural line, and then I get one point, and then the next point I will just follow the string, where I want to go there, and then I follow the gravity line. Then I just follow the loop. I don't touch each strength. That's it. So
so they don't touch each other. Right?
Yeah, don't touch each other. That is I control it. But all is I follow to the gravity where he want.
So you kept this line, and you kind of kept like the movement of creating the line, but with the string.
Yeah.
And what are these?
Yeah, because it's human beings
so
not. Yeah. There is our life is not straight, it's a normal, and then it's upside down, up and down, up and down. So this paper is quite GD, it's up and down, is so heavier. But here is also up and down, happening slowly, but connection of the time and connection of people is always a communicator of the timing. So I just tidy up to each one. Then this string is I use again. So I connect to the tidy up more, and then keep.
So after you uninstall it, you put them all together in one long string?
Yes. Okay. So the connection is more and more. So I think this artwork is a more connection on the string. So that is very meaningful of the future my artwork.
And here all the papers are the same size. Are all these strings the same? Is the space between the connection the same size?
No. That is I just unconscious. Conscious. Yes. Yeah. So yeah.
And so you kept the line and you kept the physicality, but lost the paper, which is what you wanted to do, right?
Right now is I show the paper and the string, and then I don't know the future and how to install or how to express my artwork. Only this one is
It's the first one?
Second one is Armenia. Lucky me is I have a show in the Armenia 2 days on the museum. So show this one. This is already second time.
And why don't you want them to touch? You said you put a point here and a point there, and you just don't want the strings to touch. Why not?
Because if the touch is that gravity line is break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, cannot do the stress on anywhere. So it's just to keep this very comfortable to give them to the gravity.
And because here you're kind of working against gravity, because you said you didn't put anything on the floor, that you're mainly putting things higher. So why did you choose to work with gravity here?
When this paper artwork, I never think about the gravity.
Okay.
Then I went to the Armenia, and then I just play of the string or something in the playing, and then oh my God, that is so beautiful line. It's automatically it's coming, or just a 2 point, right? Then I don't control any middle of the point, but it's already come here, and then this is not the reason. This is our world,
Yeah.
So, oh my God, then is why not? Why I don't use that? Then it's coming here. Yeah.
So do you feel like you would have found the thread if you weren't, like, I think you've been in Leipzig for 2 months basically, but in the middle of it you went to Armenia. And you also went somewhere else, like you're kind of touring and creating installations in different places at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you feel if you stayed in Hong Kong, you would not find the thread?
Yeah, I think so. I cannot find in Japan, in Hong Kong. So of course I apply to here to submit the artwork, but I think it's a meaning of why I come here. And then if I not come here, I not go to the Armenia. And then I don't went to the Armenia, I don't know my artwork. So always connected everything. So people also in the time is also I think everything is related of each other. So I cannot lose anything. Of course, why I'm born in Japan, because I have a meaning. If I'm not from Japan, I'm not here, right?
Okay.
So that is everything is our meaning.
Because in your mid-20s you moved to Hong Kong. So I'm wondering if you feel like because I also am not in the country that I'm from. I'm wondering if you feel like by going to other cultures and other contexts and new ways of seeing and new ways of experiencing, is that really important to your artistic voice? And
actually, I think is that artists go to the other country to input many things, I think it's not good way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not agree.
Okay.
I should be stay one place, and
Okay.
then I want to output from my heart.
Ah. Okay.
I don't want to. It's very easy to input many and then output. Of course, it's easy, but I should be. I come from my inside, so I want to try to stay one place. Then so it's at end of the year I will starting to the living in Japan. It's my hometown.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I come down and I come and then it's what I will come from my inside. Yeah. Stop to the not stop is of course it's many influence come from the outside, but it's no input and then yeah.
Okay.
Just.
How do you feel like that? Is that part of this time cycle? Do you feel like you have to go back to Japan to be part of this?
Yeah, of course.
Birth, life, death. You're not dying, but you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, it's just so always connected time. So it's repeat again. Is if I'm not here, if I'm not there, if I'm not home, I'm not back to Japan. So I think it's everything time is something connected. So it's everything very smooth. That is the time.
It just feels right, like this, right?
Yeah.
And all this, the intuitive process about it.
Yes, everything. Yeah.
You also made some other pieces that are radically different, that are on the walls.
Drawing, yeah. Yes, that is the daily life of because I starting from the end of the June. I stay here, so I will try to do something practice or the daily life, because I don't want to trust everything. Everything I want to keep it. Then something want to create some to some artwork. So I using the material from around me on the daily life. So that is one of the practice. My diary and then so because this recently I'm very I'm not to the drawing too much. The 2D work is less. So that is one of the 2D.
Yeah, because I read that you do painting and installation, and here I see installation. This is closer to the painting. Right?
Yeah, a little bit painting, and then after I come back from the Armenia, I'm starting a little bit watercolor, just watercolor painting. Yeah, I try to be as much as simple. Of course, I mix many collage, the paper, the painting, but something that's very simple. The color, just play of the color.
Yeah, because this is very monochrome, and then this is actually quite vivid.
Yeah. That size I can manage, but
and this is quite vivid.
Yeah.
So I was really interested because I met you before I saw the piece. I was surprised that it was so minimal.
Yeah. So sometimes when I opening of my show, and then they are looking to who is the artist, and then they are very cannot imagine I'm an artist. No way, it's killing mine. Yeah, it's just black and white. But I don't know why. Just my artwork is always black and white. It's white.
Okay. Oh, maybe you use the color.
Yeah, enough to the color of the wear of the color, and then the artwork is black and white. Yeah.
So what do you want people to take away? Like when they come in and they see this piece, but first, what is the sound?
Yes, I always do the installation is with water drop sound, because audience is easy to catch up to what's going on, and then the sound is very easy to image of the time is going and then, oh, that is the water drop, is the water is dropping. I don't explain about this sound, what is that, but is everybody know about that? So where is the water coming? So that is can help to the what I want to say. So very helpful to my
Is it the same water all the time? Or
Yeah,
do you
yeah.
collect the water sound?
I'm not correct because I pick up some from the internet, but I always using the same sound. Yeah. Then I think it's sound is very good. The effect of the audience.
Somehow I feel like also the sound puts the viewer into a meditative state.
Yeah.
Like what I can imagine that when you're drawing these lines, you're in that state, and when you're installing, you're in that state. So that's what it feels like to me as a viewer. Like I am in the piece because the sound takes me into this. Clears my brain somehow.
Of course, the artist is a straight way to connect to the process of the venue of the installation, but just the audience to easy to get it to the image of the nature of the influence.
So what do you want people to take away?
What do you mean take away?
When they come and they see the work, and maybe when they're just looking at it, they're not thinking so hard. But later, because when I don't remember, I saw it like a month ago or 6 weeks ago, but I haven't forgotten it, and it keeps coming back to my mind. So what do you want? What do you want that to be like? What do you want them to keep?
I hope to my artwork is something good identity, is my identity, and then so because I want to show off to my artwork on what I'm thinking, and then just I output. So if somewhere can see my artwork, is to recognize this is Ayumi artwork. That is very great. And then it's just, of course, it's audience reminded sound of hear the sound. I remember to the Ayumi artwork. Something is related, And then of course it's something come to think of the time. Is I missing to the Ayumi's artwork. That's good for me. And I hope to everybody take it.
Maybe the audience has questions. Do you have any questions?
I may miss some information. I would like to know how long did it take to this every lines.
Paper.
Yeah.
Actually, it said it's 1 day, 100 sheet. Then it's I cannot constantly is 6 or 7 hours. So it's 20 sheet and waiting just relax or something. I need to back to the reset everything.
And that's for installing.
No, it's drawing the line.
Drawing the line.
Drawing the line.
100 in the drawing.
And
then 2,500. How long does it take to put it?
Install this is already 3 days something.
3 days.
Actually the install is very quick. I don't think about it. Just so quick. And then it's take down is more takes time, and then it's line is 100 sheet of the day. So 2,500 meaning the 25 days, right? So it's almost 1 month. So, of course I reuse it. So So this drawing is I can use the next time, so I don't need to drawing again. Yeah.
And you were saying that when does the process start? Does the process start when you're drawing the line? Does it?
Yes, the first step is drawing the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I want to be drawing the line and then clap the paper and then stack the wall or install it somewhere. That is one of the process. So I want to live or performance of the So this one is I just drawing first and then stack on the clap and stack. That is a little bit convenience way. So if I have a chance, I want to be perform of the whole section.
That'd be really nice.
Yeah. So.
And then when it's over, is that, I think you were saying that when you take it down and you flatten it, that's not the end.
Yeah.
That's the beginning.
Yes. So it's take down, but it's prepare the next work. So it's already starting to the next circulation. Yeah. So that is very important for me. And then I will always take care of myself on the straight, and then it's so the round and